Hello everybody, welcome back to a special edition of Drinks and a Movie. Chris Hamker here with you. Today I'm going to be ranking the MCU movies from my least favorite to my favorite. These are my favorites. They aren't the best or the worst, so don't get your panties in a bunch or your other, boxers, whatever you wear. I don't care. I am on location at one of my good friend Mike's house down in Virginia. And I'm here because we're going to go see Avengers Infinity War tomorrow. I'm super excited about it, but I'm doing this in honor of Infinity War. 10 years, everybody. This is something that's never been done in cinema before, not as successful anyway. This has been an incredible 10 years of this building, this MCU, and honestly, even though I call them like my least favorite, all of these are watchable movies and nothing terrible. There's some that aren't great, but I mean, that's what's astounding about this. To go from some great movies to some okay movies and to some, I could take or leave. But let's start this off because this is going to take forever, and I'm doing this just like I do my top 10 of the years. I'm going to do a beer for the top 10 each one, and so let me go through the bottom 8 real quick. And the bottom 8 starts with Thor: The Dark World. It's got some really cool little moments, especially with Mjolnir kind of following Thor around at the end, but most of the comedy doesn't work, and the villain is probably the worst villain in the entire MCU, the Dark Elf. He's crap. He's just so nondescript. Next is Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 doesn't seem like a movie unto itself. It's just a big setup show. Sam Rockwell is really the only good thing about it. Mickey Rourke is in a totally different movie, and so Iron Man 2 is number 17. Number 16 is Doctor Strange, or as my wife likes to call him, Mr. Strange, because all the Doctor stuff was pretty inaccurate. His accent's terrible, and there's no rules in the magic. He can just do whatever he wants, cause magic. But the visuals were pretty cool, and the last part is awesome, where it's going, backward, and they're fighting within that, and then he gets the time loop. All that stuff's really cool. So next is the Incredible Hulk. I think a lot of people forget about, but it's actually pretty good. Abomination is an awesome villain. It's weird seeing Ed Norton as Bruce Banner, but the movie itself is pretty solid. Next, we have Avengers: Age of Ultron. That movie's all over the place. There's some really terrible moments. There's some really great moments, like when they're all trying to lift a hammer. So that's why it's kind of a little to the bottom. But it's still actually pretty good and fun to watch. Next, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That movie's pretty forgettable, other than the opening sequence, which I think is probably one of the best in the entire MCU. It is awesome when you follow Baby Groot around and everything's going on behind him. It's brilliant. The special effects are astounding. Some of the best probably in the MCU. But still, everything else is just kind of forgettable and a little, silly. Next is Ant-Man at number 12. Ant-Man was a nice surprise and a fun movie. And that's where it gets weird in this list, because most of these movies are actually pretty good, but there's just so many that are pretty good that they have to fall below the top 10. And Ant-Man was one of them. It was a fun heist movie, and I really enjoyed it. Let's see, what's next is number 11, Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming would have been great if they had got their shit together with their action sequences. I watched it recently, and they still just, it's a mess. It's dark, you can't see what's going on, but everything else around it, and Tom Holland as Peter Parker is perfect. And Michael Keaton, probably one of the best MCU villains. That's why he's really close to the top 10, but not quite there. So, a little bit of a drum roll, we're hitting into the top 10. Number 10 is Captain America: The First Avenger. And for Captain America: The First Avenger, there it is. We got some cover arts here. Man, this movie was great. Such a surprise, and Chris Evans is so good in it, and there's a lot of heart. There's only one eye roll moment to me at the end where it kind of just gets a little silly. And for Captain America: The First Avenger, we are doing Freedom Isn't Free IPA. Look at that. This is just straight out of World War II. It's amazing. And so cheers to Captain America: The First Avenger at number 10. Cheers, everybody. Also, since I'm doing this all in one take, you're going to have to bear with me in terms of a little, maybe a little burping, because I am drinking a lot of beer here. So I'm doing this for you. Okay, next. At number 9 is Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3, I know I'm an outlier here. There he is, Iron Man 3. I'm an outlier here. Most people don't like it, but I am a sucker for Shane Black and his writing. I think it's a fun movie, and I think the house attack is one of the best sequences in the entire MCU. It's wonderfully done, and really exciting. Moving the suit from Pepper back to him. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, and I actually like the little Ben Kingsley Mandarin head fake that they do. It's really funny to me, and again, Shane Black doing his stuff is wonderful. And the beer we're going to do for that one is called The Art of Neuroses, because Tony Stark is a mess in this movie, and so I thought, why not do this beer for it. That one, by the way, has got quite a bit of hops to it. Woo! All right, cheers everybody. Here's to Iron Man 3. That's a little lighter. Yeah. All right. Next up is Thor Ragnarok. I'm sorry, at number 8 is actually the first Thor movie. Thor, Shakespeare in space, with Kenneth Branagh directing. It, man, the stuff between Thor, Odin, and Loki in this movie is some of the most brilliant emotional stuff in the MCU. There's just so many good scenes. Tom Hiddleston, you got Anthony Hopkins, Chris Hemsworth really killing it. Where the movie kind of falters is when it goes to Earth a little bit, but even then, there's a lot of really fun and funny stuff there, and some really great action. It is so much better than it ever really should have been. And yeah, I really enjoyed that one. So here's to Thor. And for Thor, we're doing a beer called Torch Pilsner. And look at that. It looks like that there's Thor right on the cover there. Or some sort of Viking. Because that's what Thor is. He is some sort of Viking. Alright, so Torch Pilsner, here is to Thor. Cheers. Alright, next up is Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok, man, is this movie fun. So much fun, so much comedy, and the comedy just landed so well. And, Taika Waititi, with his directing and his writing and his sensibilities, really worked for Thor, and it really took Thor in the right direction. Thor the Dark World was the wrong direction. This kicked it up and just sent it in such a great way. And you got Goldblum in there, you got the Hulk, you have so many good things going on in that movie, and they were just so brilliant in saying, you know what, we're gonna take Thor, we're gonna make him a little funny, and we're gonna do some really great things with him. Oh, see, there it is. And for Thor, look at this psychedelic thing. It's fun. Just like the movie, it's all right. The Hoppy Locker. All right, we're gonna try this, see how it is. My friend Andrew wants me to review the beers as I'm doing this, and that's a lot of reviewing. I can't do all that. However, all right, cheers. Here's the Thor Ragnarok. And coming up at number 6, Iron Man. Iron Man. The original Iron Man, the one that started it all off, started the MCU. Robert Downey Jr., born to play Iron Man. He's so good, and he carries this film. to places that you didn't know comic book movies could go until then. I mean, the same year Dark Knight came out. So you have those two movies saying, look, comic book movies can be something other than flashy color and goofiness. And that's what this movie did. This movie started it all and set the bar so high. So and for this, Tony Stark, what is he? He's an arrogant bastard. The original, the OG arrogant bastard. I think I've had arrogant bastard in one of my other top 10 videos. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Cheers, everybody. All right, so top 5. Here we go. Top 5, and number 5 is Black Panther. And I don't have Black Panther, cover art. I do have an actual Black Panther. So angry. She's so angry. Oh my God. Go on. That was my Black Panther. All right. So, Black Panther, what a wonderful surprise. This movie has heart. It has some amazing themes about, breaking away from their fathers. There's so many good things in this movie that I had no idea about. Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger is so good, and you feel for him so much. The cast is wonderful, and this movie just took me by surprise in a way that I didn't expect. I mean, I really liked him when he was introduced in Civil War, but he just got so many layers, and this movie has so many great actors. The women in this, Koye character, the Shiri character, all those characters just stole the movie from Chadwick Boseman's T'Challa. I mean, it's so good. And for Black Panther, the beer I chose was all these beautiful black butts. In what's that? It's actually pronounced Butte. So that was super racist of me. No, I'm kidding. Come on. So many wonderful actors in this that it's an embarrassment of riches of this movie, and I was just so pleased with it. Number 5, man, it just rocketed to the top of the list, and here is to Black Panther and many more, and I can't wait to see him more in Infinity War. Oh, black butts kicking my butt. All right, number 4. Number 4 is Captain America: Civil War. The Civil War, friend versus friend. Just what can you say about it? First of all, it has one of the greatest sequences in comic book movie history in the airport sequence. It introduces Spider-Man into the MCU. It introduces Black Panther, which is just talked about in the MCU. So many great and powerfully emotional things in this movie. Downey Jr. again killing it. I mean, that line at the end, I don't care, he killed my mom. I mean, I still get chills. Love this movie. So wonderful. And the beer I have for that is Brew Free or Die, which is what Cap said. Cap's like, look, we can't, everything's safer in our hands. So, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so ashamed of myself. Cheers. Here's to Captain America: Civil War, number 4. All right, number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. This film
showed you that you can do fantastical outer space stuff and people will enjoy it. Even if you don't have characters people recognize. Nobody knew who Rocket Raccoon or Groot or Gamora or Drax or even Star-Lord was before this movie, and now they can't get enough of them. This thing was just incredible. It was so much fun. It was so funny. It was so weird. It was so out there. But it also had like this nice emotional resonance, and all these actors, Chris Pratt, Batista, all of them just killed it, and this thing again a huge wonderful surprise from Marvel, again killing it. And the beer I had for this is Beyond the Galaxy IPA, for good reason, because this movie went out there into the cosmos, telling people it's okay to be a raccoon. Cheers, everybody. All right, number 2, Captain America Winter Soldier. And the reason Captain America Winter Soldier is above Civil War is that I think it's a tighter story. And the villain with Bucky, with the Winter Soldier, has a lot more resonance and makes more sense than the Zemo character from Civil War. There's a lot of stuff in the Civil War that has to work out. There's a lot of coincidence and lucky things to happen. This one just hit on every cylinder. The highway fight is one of the best in the MCU. Another great scene that I could watch over and over again. And it showed, this movie showed why Captain America is such a badass. You sort of see it in the first Avenger and Avengers, but this movie is just proof. So the beer I have for this is The Undercover Investigation. Shut down, shut up. You shut up. I'll shut up after I'm done. I feel like, just a second, I feel like I picked this one because I couldn't find anything else, and it was undercover shutdown because you shut down like Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. and the government and Robert Redford. Cheers to Winter Soldier. Guess what's number 1, everybody? You know what's number 1. Come on, it's the Avengers. It's probably, arguably, the best comic book movie ever made. I may change my tune after tomorrow night, but right now I think this is the best comic book movie ever made. It gives you everything you wanted in a comic book movie. Great characters, amazing action, color, fun. It's funny, everything. And because I think it is the best and my favorite comic book movie of all time, I'm going to drink my favorite beer of all time for this. And ended on that. So, without further ado, I'm going to end this fucking video. And, look, cheers everybody. Cheers to the MCU. This thing has been 10 years, 18, 19 movies tomorrow in the making, and it's been an incredible ride, and hopefully to many more. And thank you so much for joining me. If you like this, please like, share, subscribe down here at the bottom for doing all this in one take, and we'll see you later. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.